anybody and everybody can do hypnosis. Now, to answer your question about the stage thing, so think of the stage hypnosis like this, okay? Now, I do this for a living, and I'm not going to go up on stage and act like that, right? That's because that's not really my thing, right? So those people that are going up there, they're people that are already like somewhat outgoing, but it's almost like you have this outgoing friend. You just, but they're kind of bottled up a little bit or whatever, or maybe they're kind of outgoing. You give that guy a couple drinks, he's going to be fucking dancing on the bar.
We all know who we can push over the edge with a couple drinks.
So that's what it's like. It's like almost like they're drunk. Obviously they didn't drink, but they're in that kind of drunken state where they're awake, they're conscious, they know what they're doing, but they're just allowing it to happen, sort of. They're just enjoying the moment. So, there's including myself, I wouldn't do that, but that doesn't mean I can't be hypnotized. It just means that I won't go up on stage and, act like a silly.
So you can't like hypnotize your wife into like doing the dishes.
No, that's not a real thing. No.
Damn it.
I mean, I could, I wouldn't have to do hypnosis to do that. I could just convince her using my language and using my influence, right? I can influence her to do that. But if you can't hypnotize anybody to do anything against their will. There was some court case, I forget what it was, but this guy, he like robbed a bank or something, and he was trying to blame it that somebody hypnotized him to do that. And it's like in the court of law, there's a law. I don't know what it is or what case or anything, but like you cannot use that as a scapegoat to like why you committed a crime because somebody brainwashed me through hypnosis. You can't brainwash somebody just with hypnosis. Can you brainwash people? Yeah, but it's going to take a lot more than hypnosis. You got to do sleep deprivation, food and water deprivation, torture. Yeah, that's torture. Well, what happens when people get tortured is there's a lot of resistance initially because their subconscious mind is trying to fight it. They're trying to stay alive. And eventually I forget the name. I can't think of the term right now, but eventually they get to a state of almost like, okay, I can't do this anymore. And they just kind of give up.
Yeah.
And when they do that, their subconscious mind really opens up to suggestions. So that's what they do in the military, right? Think about what they do in the military. They take a 17 or 18-year-old kid who most of those guys wouldn't hurt a fly, and they, within a matter of a couple of weeks, they turn them into trained killers. Why is that? Because they put them sleep deprivation, water, food, everything I just explained, and they're giving them orders, right? So they're getting them to a state where they break them.
Right.
Their mind is broken. They're like, fuck, man, I can't do this. I whatever. I want to give up. And then in that moment, they're very susceptible to whatever influence, whatever information is coming to them. And when they're saying, you're going to do this, and by the time they come out of it, they're literally brainwashed into being killers, right? So that's
it's crazy.
Where it comes from.
In a couple moments of like clarity and being well rested during basic training, our basic training unit that went through for infantry, so basic training is like 8 weeks, and then your infantry training is like another 5 or 6 weeks. We were going to be the last unit or the last class that went through at Fort Benning before they integrated Fort Benning fully to have co-ed basic trainings. So it's like the drill sergeants who were all either war vets of Gulf War I, or several of them had been like Rangers in Panama and Grenada and stuff. Like these people had been shot at in anger.
Right.
They were so pissed that like the infantry base was going to be commingled with like men and women that they. I want to believe they unloaded on us,
I bet,
especially hard in basic training. And I remember at a couple moments of clarity just being like, this is fucking crazy. Like I voluntarily signed up to have some guy tell me when I can eat, when I can shit, how I have to make my bed, how I have to like shine my boots. And I'm like, and I just realized like, I didn't totally realize, but I think I even had a moment of clarity then where it's like, oh, this is all just building up to in a moment of war, when they tell us to storm that beach, you don't even think about your own well-being and you just storm the fucking beach.
Right.
And it's crazy that to your point, that power of
breaking someone down,
and then bringing them back up in the manner that you want them to be.
Yeah, no, you can't. Now, when you're in those states, you're going in and out of hypnosis all the time, right? When you're trekking along and you just can't really stand anymore, your conscious mind is wandering out, your subconscious mind is opening up, and they're just feeding you, whatever information. And then you got people around you. There's a whole thing that goes into it. But so you can't hypnotize people to do, just with hypnosis, you can't hypnotize people to do something against their will.